Okay, first, let me apologize for the other day. I was in a bit of a bad mood, but things are better now, obviously. I just thank the good Lord for friends and family. They've always been there when I needed them most. But there's not a whole lot of time left, so, my gracious landlords, I'll try to answer as many of your questions as I can possibly remember. First question, in two parts. Yes, I am a Canadian Indian, so please remain seated. Or is that Canadian Native, or Canadian Aboriginal, or Canadian First Nations, or people of the land, or whatever the term is. Growing up, I never had a problem with the word Indian. And quite frankly, today, the term Cowboys and Aboriginals, it just doesn't have the same ring to it. But I was born as part of the Assiniboine people, which is part of the Sioux Nation. I was born on the White Bear Reserve in southern Saskatchewan. Second part to your question is, yes, it is true that generally speaking, most natives throughout North America, they don't have facial hair. But in our family, it's a little different. Grandma was a full-blood. Grandpa was German. Well, except during the war. Then he was Dutch. But after the war, he went back to being German. Anyway, when they got together, they made my mom, which is half-blood, who met my dad, who was full-blood. So together, they made me, which is three-quarter blood. So lucky me, I got a quarter German, which gives me the privilege of shaving consistently throughout my life. Not that I'm complaining. Except when I go out in public. When I go out into public and I'm not shaven, then I get mistaken for anything from East Indian, Pakistani, Hindu, Italian, Portuguese, South American, even Mexican. You name it, they get everything except native. Unless I shave. But speaking of shaving, I got to get this hair off. It's starting to bother me. So let's use this particular time machine called the camera. Chop out about 15-20 minutes. And I'll get back to answering more of your questions. And I'll show you how we can use this time machine to get rid of that time. Just like that. Anyhow, this is the real me. The apple. Red on the outside, white on the inside. Which is one of the many reasons for making this tape. The others, of course, being a last will and testament, and to explain the machines in your basement, as well as to answer all the remaining questions that I think I can remember that you've been asking me over the past 3 years. Anyway, this isn't the time or place, so let's go upstairs and I'll try to answer things in more detail.